absolutely. So let's touch on that a little bit. And I just want to talk about your background and your journey in scouting. So just talk about your start in the industry and how you got to where you are now.
Yeah, I'll give you the short story because I think everybody's heard it by now. So I was a terrible high school football player. I wasn't a good player like you. I didn't play college ball, and I also my decision making on and off the field wasn't that good back in the day. So when I was a senior in high school, I had a child, a beautiful daughter who I ended up raising in large part by myself, and so I didn't take those opportunities that a lot of guys can these days, where you can pursue. You want to go be an intern, you want to grind your way through the scouting process. Well, back then that wasn't an opportunity. I graduated high school in 2001. Like we were saying, I'm an old man. So back then, it wasn't like it is now where you knew about these opportunities. Teamwork online wasn't a thing. So I just went through this, like, how can I learn and grow every way that I possibly can? So I'm very self-taught. Like if there was a book about scouting or coaching, I devoured it. And then I was just so dumb and naive. I don't even remember how I got the email addresses for like every general manager in the NFL, and would just email these guys and, get like 3 responses out of 32. And I was fortunate because people like Bill Polian, Michael Lombardi, Charlie Casserly were incredibly helpful. And when I was, 21, 22 years old, of like, hey, we'll, send us your scouting reports. We'll tear them apart, tell you what you're doing wrong. So that was helpful for me. Through that, when I was 17, I started covering the draft, NFLDraftBlitz.com. Way back in the day, covering the 49ers. And so I've been writing about the draft almost since the internet came to rural Missouri. And so through writing and trying to learn how to scout and coach, I was fortunate enough to be able to, scout for a CFL team kind of on like a $50 per report basis. I did some stuff for the AFL2 when it was a thing. I coached minor league and high school football, all the while owning and operating my own draft websites, and just was kind of trying to throw as many things at the wall, hoping something of football would stick. Meanwhile, working, I spent 2 years in a pharmacy working. I spent 2 years in an ER. I spent 5 years in marketing, just trying to like hold down day jobs so that I could continue this hobby that was a passion. And then in 2009, late 2009, I applied to Bleacher Report, and they accepted my application, and the rest is kind of history. I've been there ever since, and I'm incredibly fortunate to have got in with a company that happened to be growing in a time where, journalism has not grown that much. So I've been really fortunate. And, to a lot of people who I know listen to your podcast, I know people listen to mine, and they want to know, how do they get your start in scouting or coaching? And that's why I always tell you, like, it helps to play college football like Jordan did, but you don't have to. You can get in just through hard work. And at BR, our founder, David Finocchio, when he was with the company, always preached that we're a meritocracy, and hard work that will rise to the top. I believe scouting or coaching, being an analyst, it's all the same. Like if you go in and you want to bust your tail and outwork everybody and kind of come in with that underdog mentality, that was how I always attached it. And I know sometimes that can come off as like corny. It can also come off as egotistical when it's like, okay, I worked for free for a long time to get to this point, and you want to be proud of your accomplishments. So it's been a fun ride. I'm in my 10th year at Bleacher Report now, so it's crazy to look back and see that it all started skipping church to watch the NFL draft and skipping school to play Madden. And now here we are.